Yeah, we're going over some more tie-in action games, this time from anime. I finished Berserk a few years ago and it left a pretty big impression on me back then. Thought it was a pretty hype PS2 action game and yeah, kinda excited to replay it here for the series. But first, this is combat overview. Here we go over the general controls, the main mechanics, who or what we use them on, and then seeing how it all comes together. Real quick, forgive the little visual glitches, playing a translated patch, but hey, it's the price we gotta pay to read what's going on. Okay, we got light attacks doing a looping combo with quite some range. No delays here or launchers, nothing like that. Because if you notice, Guts has a slab of steel for a weapon. But I like the little detail how he'll leave the Dragon Slayer held where the last attack ended to really show its weight. Pretty cool. We have this heavy attack and can hold it to do a powerful crowd control swing. There's no enders when chaining into it at different moments, just the same attack at all times. There's also this lock-on battle stance by holding R1, kind of like what we just saw in Death by Degrees. Now it has a unique 3-hit combo and an ender with your heavy doing the same quick head tap at the end. But it's still worth using the base combo too, because notice this 3-hit combo only attacks in one direction and leaves you in end lag afterwards while the regular combo just keeps going. So yeah, there's some give and take between your options, which is pretty good. Onto defenses, we got this dash step on circle, and after 3 consecutive uses you'll have some end lag to deal with. Something we'll see in Bayonetta later on, right? This step does not cancel attack animations though, so attacks are committal. But there's also dash attacks for both your light and heavy attack. You got a single swing and a 2-hit combo on your heavy. They don't lead back into your base combos afterwards, which kinda sucks. And these are extremely laggy too, so you're going to be sitting there for a while if you decide to use them, so yeah. This dash might not be the most useful thing out there, but again, you're this huge warrior wielding this giant sword, so it makes sense it won't be easy to move around on a dime. But hey, the amount of detail with those little animations is still here too, showing that weight of this quick burst of movement. You can guard with X, can't move around and only blocks in front of you. But if you get hit, there's a new Kemi by timing X to break your fall, and yeah, timing your guard correctly actually does reversal auto attack counter, which is pretty cool we have, but honestly you can just mash on it most times though to get these counters off, but it is what it is. Looking at the HUD, the red inside is your health, that thin green bar to the side is your fury. Tapping R2 will start it, having you do a lot more damage and attack a lot quicker too for a limited time. There's also throwables that run on cooldowns, so there's infinite ammo on everything, you just gotta wait them out to come back. So hold out one and each face button has a different one to toss out. A little grenade, single kunai, the automatic crossbow, and the goddamn arm cannon. We also have summons by holding out 2 and pressing any of the face buttons. Again, these run on cooldowns and they will give heals, slow time, do a little crowd control explosion, and more. Now when the brand appears on your health, you have a limited time to do this powerful instant glory kill on regular enemies by pressing triangle. It also works on bosses to do some decent damage, which is pretty cool. It works on them too. But yeah, to get it, just stay in the action, line hits, get those counters, toss out projectiles, and all that. So after every kill, you'll gain XP based on the enemy type and how high you get your combo. You can spend them at save points, can upgrade your defense, how long fury lasts, how fast you'll swing Dragon Slayer, shorten cooldowns, and more. Pretty cool we have these, but woof, do they get crazy pricey pretty quick. Hope you like grinding. When it comes to enemies, well, don't expect too much. We got snowmen, dog-like things, little spirits, zombies, soldiers, golems, and trolls, but yeah, mash away. They really don't have you use much of any of your options and will infinitely respawn. They're meant to just fill the screen and kinda shuffle around waiting for you to hit them. So yeah, when fighting mobs, it's pretty bland and sadly that never changes. But when it comes to the bosses, this is what hooked me so many years ago. Your tools actually play a part in these fights. You start out fighting Zodd, giving this rival-like fight right from the start. Then he'll go into his other form, changing up the fight. Can counter pretty much every attack they toss out, really making these fights have some well-timed back and forths. Especially since you gotta factor in your committal attacks, picking and choosing when to go in or to go on the defensive. And it's pretty cool how counters sever limbs at times, changing up the patterns, and then using summons at the right moment, or using that glory kill attack on them, or landing that beefy hit with the arm cannon. And when you get to wear the armor too for the very last boss is pretty damn hype. But these highlights are just so far from each other. And most of the game is dealing with nothing but stand-in enemies to swing at, just killing your mood by the time you get to the bosses. And that's Berserk, Millennium Falcon Mark, chapter of the Holy Demon War. It may be simple, but it does its job of capturing that power fantasy, controlling the Black Swordsman, the one who took down 100 men single-handedly. And yeah, this game has you do that from start to finish. which is a double-edged sword. It's pretty cool at first to cut down endless waves of enemies, but you're going to find out you're just going to be mashing lights only because any other option is just way too laggy, or it doesn't have enough range for the infinite crowd that surrounds you constantly. You have those cooldowns and the occasional glory kill to help break things up, but you're going back to the mashing soon after. So yeah, mashy, repetitive, and monotonous. Bit grindy too. Because of all this, I'm gonna have to sadly drop it a bit. Still a solid game, but like I said, good chunk of your playtime is dealing with infinite spawning cannon fodder jobbers by mashing or slowly running away. It's kind of mind-numbing at times. Well, most times. If you remember that drawn-out parking lot fight in No More Heroes 2, well, it's that, but for the entire game. This time with long stretched out hallways, so you're going to decide between fighting nothing enemies mashing square for minutes on end, or do you want to hold forward to move slowly across a sizable map that they make you backtrack a few times for minutes on end. Yeah, sad to say, but coming back to it for the second play wasn't a good time. The whole game setup just crawls at snail's pace. Bosses are easily the highlight here though, but they are way too spread out. So there's a lot of downtime spamming square before we get to the good stuff, doing counters, reversals, using the arm cannon to punish openings, using the armor, and yeah. The amount of character here, the little details and its animations, it being this what if kind of story, and the fact you play as Guts at all is pretty awesome. But woof, can't deny it has major pacing issues that sinks the entire thing. Definitely check it out if you haven't, but just know you'll see everything it has to offer in those first 15 minutes.